What's going on, guys? I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about me adding the roar pedal commander on my CLK 500. So first off, I'm gonna have to say I've already played with it, and I usually keep mine in Sport +5. That seems to be the most all around for the way that I want to drive. It makes a hell of a difference. I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna get on the road and kind of show you guys, you know, what it's all about. But it does make a difference. No, you don't become faster, but I will say your off the line speed can improve because there's no more of that delay, or it's very minimal in the lag response from the throttle. And it was an easy install. I just had to remove the the bottom panel. I got to the throttle cable, simple 2 connectors, and it was simple. I got the app version so I can do all my settings on my phone, which is actually really convenient. I don't have an extra like controller, which would be nice, but maybe later down the line. But as of right now, the app works perfectly fine. There's like different drive modes. You got eco, obviously normal, you got sport, sport plus, and race. Now race mode, you're gonna use a lot of gas. Your throttle is like always like, it is extremely like touchy in race mode, especially all the way up on 9. It like, I would, I'll really break loose, with race mode, but I'm still getting adjusted to the modes. It's still, you feel the torque now, you know what I mean? The throttle is there now. There's no lag anymore. It definitely helps, man. So this is a simple review. I'm sure there's so many people who have done, roar pedal, pedal commander and all that. To be honest, I don't see the purpose of buying pedal commander because roar pedal and pedal commander, I believe, come out of the same factory, and roar pedal is significantly cheaper. So if you are gonna do a throttle controller, do the roar pedal, definitely cheaper. And like I said, it just doesn't make sense to get the pedal commander. They do the same thing. So one thing I do want to say, or actually show you guys, is that it normally automatically connects to your car when the car is powered on. So here's the app. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start it. And then if you saw down there, it said, it Bluetooth connected. And as you can see, there are my different modes here. And like I said, I always use Sport +5 now, but you can change the modes here. And then race mode, I got that at 9. Sport, normal, which obviously you can't adjust it because it's normal, obviously. Then you got your eco mode. And it tells you like which level you set it to, obviously. See, so yeah, there's different settings that you play with it. So as you guys saw, that was race mode 9, and I struggled to get traction right there. I left traction control on purpose, just to show I didn't want to do a burnout or anything like that. And let me show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how it feels now. So this is 5. This is 5 right now, Sport +5. That's Sport +5, and it pushed me back, and I was struggling to get traction again. Like, damn, like this whole throttle controller, it just changes the whole game, you know what I'm saying? Like it changes the whole game, you know what I'm saying? So let me put it on race mode now, and I'm gonna put it on 9. So this is 9. This is race mode 9. See that? Like, look, look, this is me just touching the throttle. Look, I'm just lightly tapping it. Like that's crazy. That's just lightly tapping. Like, that's insane to me. Like, race mode 9 is insane. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot. It can be a lot. As you guys saw, it knocked down my whole setup, to hold my camera up. It's like, man, race mode 9 is a lot. this will use a lot of gas. I do not recommend daily using this mode. I'm just being so honest with you guys. Like, this is a lot. But now I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna put it back in Sport Plus 5, which I said is the more comfortable usage of this. So now I'm in Sport Plus 5. You still get pushed back. That's what I'm saying. It's plenty, but it's not like race mode. Race mode really puts you back, you know. But Sport Plus 5, like I said, is the sweet spot. I say Sport Plus, like any of the modes, is probably the sweet spot. I think 5 is just obviously the least aggressive, than Sport Plus 9. But it's just the most comfortable, and you still get a better throttle response, you know what I'm saying? So normal, obviously, I don't know why would you get this only driving normal, obviously. And I mean, sport is like a slight difference from normal. If you want to feel a difference, you got to go in Sport Plus, at least Sport Plus. And then obviously, if you're trying to save gas, put it in eco mode. I mean, if you know, I don't know why would you want to put it in eco mode. I mean, unless you're getting like a valet or something like that, then maybe put it in eco mode. But you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, but for sure, like, this is like a game changer. I wish I would have done this. I wish this was like one of the first mods I did. I should have got it when I got my tune. This really changes the game on how I drive now. You know what I mean? Like, you guys heard, like, I was losing traction the whole time, you know, starting up. And it's like getting the power like right there. It's like, it's a totally different feeling than what I've been driving. You know, and it's an older Benz, so, you know, the throttle response isn't as great as you know, normal modern day cars. You know what I mean? But this definitely helps it. No more lag. I got to be a little careful now, because now I can really, you know, screech the tires at stops now. Unintentionally. I could do it intentionally, but unintentionally. But for sure, this is I would definitely recommend this. It's cheap, affordable, anybody can get it. You can get it for any car. As long as it's an electronic throttle, you can get it for any car. So I would definitely recommend it. The customer service is amazing. I didn't have no problems. I didn't have a problem with installation. I will say one thing that I think a lot of people do not follow is that you're actually supposed to leave the door open for 15 to 30 minutes so that the ECU can actually shut down fully. I think a lot of people miss that step, and then they might get a check engine light or a check throttle, you know, light, things like that. You got to really read the instructions. People just put it in and just be done. Like, I made sure I wanted to read it, because I know people said that they have problems getting check engine lights and stuff like that. I had no problem. It was an easy install. I'm a DIY guy. It wasn't hard. So, but I definitely recommend it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.